This episode is brought to you by BlueChew.com. That's blue like the color blue. BlueChew.com brings you the first chewable with the same FDA-approved active ingredients as Viagra and Cialis. So you know they work. Visit BlueChew.com and get your first shipment free when you use our special promo code TMS. You just pay $5 shipping. Coming up on TMS, I don't like COVID-19.
It's all fun and games until someone wears panties as a mask.
It's basically a plumbus.
What the hell is in this Discord chat? Those actually should be flip-flopped.
They really should. He's cute. The dog, not the guy.
Cable news, caustic acid for the eyeballs.
A ding-dong in Italy decided on longitude.
I'm the testicles.
Problematic, not pornographic.
Frida von Slapperbergelberg.
That word's impossible to pronounce. What are your state pants?
Being spackle.
It's weird pants. Aliens were here, but then they left.
Being sketchy with Bill.
Jury duty and more on this episode of The Morning Stream.
I never thought I'd say this to anybody, but I gotta go get the atomic bomb out of the car.
I can't control what Panda Express puts on its menu.
The Morning Stream. Why, oh, why did I take the blue pill?
Good morning, everyone. Welcome back to The Morning Stream. It's TMS for short. I'm Scott Johnson. He's Brian Ibbett. And good morning, Brian. How are you?
Good morning, Scott. Yeah, hi. How are you, Scott?
Yeah, I'm fine.
Good morning. Yeah.
It's Tuesday, July 28th, 2020.
Tuesday.
2020. It's a Tuesday. That means we gotta talk to Justin.
But no excitement over 2020.
No, not
as
really.
Much.
I think I'm over it now.
Okay.
I think I'm good. I don't think I need to bring it up anymore. It's all done. It's out of my system. It's like bad Mexican. It's out of my system.
Gotcha. Okay. Well, good.
Mexican food, everybody. Mexican food. That's what I meant to say.
Mexican food.
Oh, I haven't had good Mexican food in a while, dude.
Well, it's because you live in Utah.
No, we have great Mexican food here. We're more Southwest than you guys, man. We got all kinds of good stuff. We have amazing places, but we can't go to them anymore. And I know I can do takeout, but some of them are like downtown.
I don't know if you're more Southwest than we are, Scott. Our pants are New Mexico, so
that's true. But our pants are Arizona. Doesn't have a name in there.
Arguably the second worst Mexican food in the country. I'm kidding.
We have an amazing Hispanic community here that makes amazing food. We have what do we call it? Mexico Days or whatever it is. We have a huge thing every year when there's no COVID, and it's great. And you go and you get the street tacos and the whatnot. Now I'm just more hungry. Oh, always hungry, never satiated. Also,
Jeannie immediately puts our email in the in the chat because people are definitely going to be emailing me to say Arizona Mexican food is great. And you know what? I'm not going to argue because the raid team took me out to a place called what was it called?
Fritas Bueno.
Yeah, no. Oh. Yeah, that's it. Fritas Bueno.
Dang it.
All
right.
Chino Banditos. Oh my God, yes, because Greg was there too. TV Zegon was there as well, and took me to a place called Chino Banditos in Arizona, in Phoenix.
Well, I
went out there for that traveling Marvel museum of Shield stuff, whatever it was.
I would put Salt Lake City's Red Iguana up against any competitor, and that is for real. If you've never eaten a Red Iguana, you haven't had great Mexican food. Take that from me.
We serve barbecued iguana.
You did two ththings there. You made a reference to what they might eat there at the Red Iguana, and then you also put it in a song, which is great. Well done.
Threw a little wall of voodoo in there for you.
All right. Anyway, hey, there's Blue Iguana, but that's in Park City. But I think they're related somehow. But I think Red Iguana is the good one.
Really?
Yeah.
I wonder if instead of restaurants will do. For their first location, they've got their name, and then their second location is usually like such and such number 2, and it happens a lot with. It's funny because it happens a lot with Mexican food restaurants more than you don't see. Atomic Burgers number 2, Atomic Burgers number 3,
right?
But it's like Guido's Chili's number 3, Guido's Chili's number 4, as they get all their different locations across the.
Right, they got to have some distinguishing characteristic, right?
Yeah, it's kind of funny the way restaurants name their things, like pho restaurants,
Oh, right.
because double numbers are considered lucky in Vietnamese culture.
Yeah.
That's why you see pho 88 and pho 99 and pho
Oh.
77 and stuff like that.
All right. I think we talked about that once, but
We did.
if always prior to that wondered why. Like it always seemed like an odd thing because you don't see McDonald's number 452 and McDonald's 1000 whatever.
No, exactly.
But maybe we should.
There's
Maybe we should.
Maybe we should. The place I might go today for lunch, now that I keep talking about this, is a place called El Jefe's Tacos and Burritos.
Ooh.
And they're really good. They're right by the high school, so they have a big, usually have a big lunchtime high school component and they pull in a lot of the kids there. But
Yeah.
to me, their claim to fame is their inappropriate use of apostrophes, because it's El Jefe's apostrophe s, as it should be,
Mm-hmm.
tacos apostrophe s, and burritos apostrophe s.
Yeah. That sounds about right to me. Get the kids
Yeah,
kids in there and get them confused about what they're learning in English.
Right, exactly.
Yeah,
Yes.
and then have them go straight over for lunch and go, no, wait a minute. I thought we
Do
learned
the
this.
tacos possess the burritos?
Yes. Taco possessed burrito? That sounds yummy.
That'd be great, right?
Mmm.
Oh, what would you do? Okay, so hold on. Let's talk about this. Oh man, dude, I'm visualizing this. So you know how Taco Bell for a while had that? They had that. What was it called? Not the double decker. Was it called the double decker taco supreme, where it was basically a hard shell taco
Oh, inside a soft, thick one.
inside
Yeah.
a soft tortilla? Like they basically, I think beans or nacho cheese or something, spackling paste to hold the tortilla on there.
Yeah.
How would you do this with a burrito? And here's the way you do it.
Okay, go.
You chop a tortilla into long strips and then deep fry the long strips.
Okay.
And you put those in the burrito as kind of like an interior carapace. And you
Oh.
put all your ingredients inside. So it's still, your outside is a soft tortilla burrito.
Yeah.
And then inside you've got these long, crispy, fried tortilla strips, and then your contents inside that.
That sounds all right, except I see a scenario where the crispy strips get too wet
Soggy.
too fast. Yeah.
From being inside with the other
Yeah.
stuff.
So the crunch you're requiring from those is going to be gone pretty quick.
Yeah. You can't do that with, no ground beef. No, don't put any ground beef
No
in
ground
there.
beef.
No ground beef. You'd have to do like a really well drained shredded pork, shredded chicken,
Sure.
something like that.
It's a little like
All right.
the thing they did with Fritos for a while. What was that called? They had like a Frito burrito where you could.
Oh, did they?
Yeah.
Or did they just put a bunch of Fritos in the burrito?
Yeah, that was it. But they branded it with Frito-Lay, so it was actually, I think they call it a Frito burrito, if I remember.
Mm-hmm.
I don't remember that exactly, but it was really great if you got one fresh out of the things. It was crunchy as heck, but if not, you got
Yeah.
little soggy corn chips in there, and it was bad.
Huh.
So, but somebody in the chat just said, I missed who it was. Somebody puts Doritos in their burritos. That's great too. Little crunched up burritos. If I'm making one, I'll do that.
That's not a bad idea. Yeah. The beefy burrito, Dorito burrito.
Burrito, Mandito, Frito. Yeah.
Perfect.
That's
Excellent.
great.
All right.
We've reinvented fast food, everybody. Well done. Well done.
Oh, Luke Skywalker says there was both a Dorito burrito and a Frito burrito at Taco Bell. So
Well, I knew there was the Dorito shell tacos. I didn't know there was a burrito
yeah,
thing.
apparently there was a Dorito burrito.
Okay. And the Frito one, there's like a petition to get it back, or there was. And I don't know if it ever
really?
happened. Yeah. I wasn't part of that effort, but seems people liked it. They missed it. And haven't been to a Taco Bell, oh my gosh, probably since the lockdown, or since like May, probably since March. I haven't been to a Taco Bell, so it's been a long time.
Wow.
I'm sure
So
they're fine.
AV Tech John just brought this up. This is very interesting. Which one of us do you think, and without looking at the chat, because now you're looking at the chat, you're going to
I can look back at you now. I won't look. I couldn't see it.
All right. Which one of us do you think is actually further south in our respective
Geographically? Oh, geez.
geographically? Now, this is based on the cities in which we live, not necessarily our home placement within those cities, because we might actually get a different result here.
Oh, I see what you're saying. But you're saying the state, the bottom edge of the state?
Not the state, no, the city that we live in.
The city we
South
live in.
Jordan versus Arvada. Which one is further south?
Okay.
Looking at your,
this is a total guess here.
Looking at your latitude.
Total guess here, but I'm going to say that you're more south because we're technically an extension of Salt Lake County, which puts us relatively north, since Salt Lake is more north in our state than the rest of the state. We're pretty bottom heavy on the south. So I'm guessing you're more south.
Well, I was going to say you're right. I mean, I was going to say you're wrong.
Yeah.
But it looks like AV Tech accidentally flipped the numbers. So now I'm not exactly sure, as he just said, okay, here we go. He did flip it. Okay. But here's the funny thing. We're less than a degree difference in latitude. Yeah. You're at 39.82 degrees north, and I'm at 40.57 degrees north.
So I could throw a lateral football, and you could just step over the line and get the goal, and we win. The goal,
exactly,
the touchdown,
yes.
and we win.
If you were able to fire a football that far, it would be pretty much straight east.
That's weird.
By like a hair.
See, that's only significant though until you remember that human beings are the ones that decided what orientation the world has. It's a little like Star Trek, where all the ships suddenly show up facing each other. No one's ever all skiwampus or whatever.
Well, we do have a pole that everything kind of rotates around. So so our lines of latitude have to be perpendicular to that pole.
No, that's true. But we were the ones that decided that the pole was the point of origin for the latitude lines, right? And and so our decision to do that. Well, okay, look at a flat map of the world.
But our distance would still be the same from that pole, whether or not the latitude lines were, whether a degree was X amount versus a larger number or a smaller number.
Yeah, I'm just saying, what if mankind said the center of where we measure out from is in Knoxville, Tennessee?
I see what you're saying.
I mean?
It was our decision to base it on the location of the pole.
Right, and it's also when you lay out a flat map and you look at, there's America, there's South America, there's Africa, there's Europe, there's all these continents. In the orientation that we always think of them in is purely based on us thinking, yeah, that's cool, let's do that. Instead of like shift it all, like it could have been any angle because space is space, saying, yes. Right? There's no right up or down.
The continents had their own ideas of where they were going. We didn't have much control over that.
No, we didn't. But we've decided to look at it that way, right? Like,
right. Yes.
Just like if Picard shows up and there's a bird of prey, what should happen is the bird of prey should be way over here looking down.
Right. Exactly. Maybe
down.
they'd be pointing towards each other, but they certainly wouldn't be both right side up.
Yeah. So a lot of us, or humans, just like to have some order and patterns in our lives. We're like, you know what? Here are the poles. Here are the things. This is the planet. Enjoy. Unless you're a flat earther, and then I can't help it.
Well, on behalf of the world, I think I'm glad that we did decide to just settle on using the poles as a reference.
Oh, I am too. I think scientifically it was the better choice. Clearly, we've been able to do better with that. If we'd have done it in Knoxville, Tennessee, just how screwy would that be? What a random place to put anything. Actually, it would have been some old world thing because, some ding dong in Italy would have came up with it during I don't know, maybe I don't know what era, and he would have said, yes, the center of the planet is right here at the Vatican. And then we'd all have to live with this.
The world does revolve around me.
Right, exactly. It's like years. It's like we make it. Most things we all just take for standard are such human constructs. It's fun to think about it. Like years, it's all based on the birth and death of Christ. Why isn't it all based on the why didn't in the 80s when the white Bronco was released did they go, we are now one AB after Bronco.
after OJ?
Yeah, after OJ. I don't know, this kind of stuff cracks me up. Anyway,
I would love to know actually what our listener is with the furthest south latitude. Like, what do we have going on in South America?
Oh, I'd love to see. Yeah, we'd love to know.
I know we've got Australian listeners. That's probably an easy.
Yeah, they're the furthest. Well, so they would be the furthest west or east, depending on which direction you want to go, and also the most southern, probably. But we're going to hear from somebody who's like, yeah, I'm here at an Arctic sub 200 degrees zero station here in the southern pole. And
I got an email from a listener with a photo of their Arctic station that they were listening to Coverville in.
That's cool.
Yeah.
That's really
Wish they
cool.
would have had a T-shirt that I could have sent them a T-shirt that they could wear with their, standing next to the South Pole or.
Oh, look at this TVZ gun
Whatever it
link.
is.
This is great. Okay.
Okay, what do you find?
How the North ended up on the top of the map. Oh, see, this is just what I was looking for. I wanted to learn
Is
this.
what you're talking about? Okay.
Because look, it's completely flipped. This is great. Why
I like that this comes to us from america.aljazeera.com.
Yeah, why not? Well, it's American Al Jazeera. They have an English speaking thing. Things change, exploration length, resistance. The only part of the 6 million. Okay,
It's
there's a
kinda
whole
funny
thing
that,
here. There's a whole thing, but it talks about how it's shifted in the 15th century. But this is amazing. All right.
It's funny when you look at the upside down map.
Yeah.
How, because of the density of Canada and Russia and all that stuff, it kind of looks like little stuff on top, and then it drifts and kind of collects on the bottom of the world.
yeah, like a big drippy, goopy planet, just full of goop, and it's just all dripping down there. But then, ironically, see, it's funny. I always think, okay, you want to get colder, you go north. You want to get warmer, you go south. But that's only because of the orientation. It's not for any other reason.
Right.
That I think of that. So, but in our heads, we go, the north, the cold, windy north, the south, hot, tropical south. But really, you keep going south, you're going to get cold again.
Right.
It's
true.
The world.
The world. Crazy stuff.
Yeah, crazy stuff,
Weird,
the world.
Weird, wild stuff,
Yeah.
this world.
Yeah. Flat earthers see this map and they figure if you just lean it up, that would be a perspective view on it.
That's accurate, man. And then you just got to make it about 5 miles thick.
Yeah, that's it. Then you're done. That's what they don't want you to know. Me. All right. Hey, I got a question about how you say hello, because maybe I've been doing it wrong. Guy walking past the house yesterday. I'm out front with a diet. Oh no, I was drinking a Zevia. Had a nice cold Zevia.
Oh yeah, I like those Zevias.
I like them a lot. They don't make me feel like crap when I drink them. Unlike most diet drinks. Anyway, so I'm drinking this black cherry Zevia, the one you and I like a lot. That's a good one.
It's the best.
They're not all the best. Sometimes, like their Dr. Pepper one is like drinking an IV off a dead person. It's gross.
Their cola is not good.
Yeah.
So basically, I get the regular box from Amazon of the Zevia, like their fruit flavor assortment. So it's got grape, orange, black cherry, grapefruit, I think.
Grapefruit's good.
Yeah.
Grape soda's good. All those are good.
Yeah.
But for some reason, their standards. Well, I don't know. The cola one I can deal with once in a while, but the cherry cola version, it's not good. Anyway, I like them.
All right. Anyway. Yeah.
I like them. So I'm out there. It's a hot day, enjoying a nice sippy drink. Starting to get some clouds. There's a little overcast going on. It's just very nice. And I look out and I see a dude walking his little tiny French bulldog. Okay.
Okay.
It's those kinds that go like one of those dogs.
Yeah. Yeah.
And he's cute and everything. The dog, not the guy. I'm not really into dudes. And,
Okay.
he's walking.
Thanks for clarifying.
Thanks.
Would have been my next question.
Yeah. I mean, never hurts to ask. So anyway, he's walking this dog, and I go, "Hey, how's it going?" Just being friendly. And he's out in front of the house, quite a ways from me, but enough for me to hear him. And he replies back and he goes, "Hello."
And just that was Randy. It's good to see you, Randy.
Yeah,
hope you're doing well.
It's good to see you. I'll see you on Film Sack this weekend. Cool. All right, we'll see you then. No, it was like a weird, like, hello. Like that.
That is interesting.
And he didn't make a face. He didn't, like, I don't know, do anything weird. He just kept walking. And I didn't know what do you say to that? I just sat there and it was fine. And this guy's got a mask on. His dog pooped. He picked it up, put it in a bag he had with him. Like, all the good neighborly things are happening. The social contract is intact. But who says hello when they see
Maybe that's that could just be his thing. Like he is a hello kind of guy in a hello kind of world.
Yeah, and he wasn't like looking at me weird or like
He wasn't like didn't pull the mask down and lick his lips or anything.
No, he didn't go, hello. Is that a Zevia? Would you like to share your Zevia with me?
I brought my own glass.
It was really weird. So anyway, just know that sometimes there are people who don't reply the way you expect them to. Okay.
Yeah. Well, you know what? He's just got a deep, a nice deep voice. He's got a radio voice, and
And he's going to use
Not
it.
doing
damn it.
anything with it.
That's right. Get a job. No, he probably has a job. All right, we got a email here from a listener. This is from Armordoc. Sorry, Armordoc.
Murdoch.
Oh, A Murdoch. R Murdoch.
Okay. Well, at the top it says name or nickname Murdoch.
Oh, you're right. I missed that part.
Maybe his first initial is A, his middle initial is R.
Could be. He's also got the year 1994, so I assume he's my daughter's age, my oldest daughter's age.
There you go.
Seems
Maybe.
like. I could be wrong. Maybe he just likes that year. It was a good year.
Could be.
Cool stuff happened in 94. It's fine. Anyway.
Armordoc.
Armordoc says this. Howdy, scrote and beans. Ugh. That means, hold on. That means you are encased
I'm
inside
the testicles.
of me. Yeah.
Sure, yeah.
You're
Yeah,
inside of me, Brian.
You're surrounding me.
Yeah. Ugh.
You are the sack in which I reside.
Right. You got to keep a good temperature and, all that. Don't wear tight underwear, that sort of thing. All right.
Right.
On TMSPM from July 24th, that's Utah's statehood day. Mm-hmm. You guys joked about someone wearing their wives' underwear as a face mask to enter a business. All fun and games until you see it yourself. When our county's mask ordinance...
No, I think it becomes even more fun in games when you see it yourself.
I agree. I tend to agree. He says this. When our county's mask ordinance went into effect, some people weren't prepared. One of the regulars at the laundromat I work at, who already drives a big yellow truck advertising crowbones? Orgasm power for women? What is that?
I'm looking it up. Crowbones.
Crowbones.
I've never heard of.
That's new to me.
Oops.
Never
I
heard
typed it in the wrong place. I thought I hit Command T. Crowbones.
Crowbones. What do we got there?
I am not seeing.
I don't see anything.
I am not seeing anything.
Oh, here it is. Oh, geez.
Did you find it?
Okay.
Oh, is it with a Z?
Yeah,
No?
it's
Oh, it is with a Z.
Yeah,
There
it's
it
with a
is.
Z. Okay. Okay, so it's some kind of power.
Yeah.
It's like a tool
Oh yeah,
thing.
look at that thing. Oh, look at that. Jeez, it's a plumbus.
I'm not going to show these guys that thing.
It is basically a plumbus.
Ugh. They should just call it a plumbus. That's what they should do.
the photo that's got the woman in the thing. There's not. It's not.
It's not pornographic.
It's not pornographic.
No, but it's problematic. It's problematic. I really don't like it.
The fact that it's on a caveman looking bone
Yeah.
is probably the best part.
Yeah, it looks like somebody. It's actually kind of disturbing. Don't look this up, chat room. Don't look it up. It's weird.
No, definitely look it up.
Or definitely do if you want. Anyway, it's pretty hilarious looking.
This photo, I'm sorry, this photo is just the best one. I kind of want to put it in the.
Put it in Discord. Let me see.
I'll put it in Discord.
And then I'll throw it up if it's worthy of public display. Oh. Yeah, I'm not posting that. No, that's not going up.
All right, okay. I mean, there's nothing.
It's just foul. Nobody wants that in the morning. Plus, she's got that thing, that bone.
It's like how they see if the turkey's ready on Thanksgiving in other countries.
Yeah, that's what you should. That should be a caption. How do you make sure your turkey is prepared properly for Thanksgiving?
Yes, great.
Anyway,
right,
so back to Chrome Bones lady, truck lady person.
Yes, the guy, the guy drives the big yellow truck advertising this.
So it says this. One of the regulars at laundromat came in there wearing, and again, truck with those advertisements on it. Comes in wearing a bright pink thong over his face. It's a he, by the way.
Okay.
To do his laundry. We didn't have alternatives to offer, so I had to accept it. Also, unsurprisingly, I live in Florida.
There you go.
That image is now scorched into my mind. Be careful what you wish for. Love the show, though, says Murdoch.
Yeah,
so, Murdoch,
I think
you should have gotten a picture or something of this.
Oh yeah, no kidding. I think if you're going to put underwear on your face, the thong is probably the worst one.
Oh yeah.
Well,
right?
No, I mean the crotchless probably would be the worst one. But as far as like underwear that is somewhat contained,
yeah,
The thong is going to be your most useless face mask.
Yeah, how's that going to help you at all? Barely helps you with what it's actually for. You know what I mean?
Yeah. By the way, I'm wondering how long you're gonna want to keep this photo in our Discord, because every time you look over at it, you're gonna see it.
Yeah, you can probably delete it now if you want.
All right, you want me to?
Yeah,
All
I
right.
think so. Unless you want Bill to come into that.
Yes, you know what I do. Let's see what Bill says. I love this idea.
What will Bill think? Maybe he'll make a replica. I don't know. Maybe he'll get inspired.
Maybe, or a jury for that matter.
You never know.
What are we looking at here?
What is this? He'll tell us to unfriend him then. All right.
Yes, right, exactly.
All right. Well, well done on that. We are going to do some.
Can I make this wider again? You accidentally.
Yeah, I didn't mean to. I didn't mean.
Oh,
to
you
do
did it on person, or on purpose.
No, it was an accident. I screwed up.
Okay. I'm sorry, and I keep doing it at the same time you're doing it.
No, you're
I'm not going to do it anymore. There we go. So
I'm no longer doing it.
That's right.
All right. Time for this right here.
In the News is sponsored by Nabisco. You'll find quality in our corner.
It's not actually true, but anyway, hey, it's the news brought to you by.
We're nearing the end of the Current Geek Chronicles Kickstarter. Get in there at support.currentgeek.com.
Yep, we're near the end. We funded, but there's stretch goals and other stuff. If you're interested, check it out. Go look at it. Also, the first episode is already up on the feed. The others are still in production, but you can get it at currentgeek.com. It's the normal feed. You don't have to resubscribe to anything. It's just right there. And for those confused about it, when this thing finishes, all of it goes out to whoever wants it. We're not limiting to this just to the Kickstarter people. They get their own sets of rewards. The whole idea was to fund this as a public available podcast effort, so the world will have it.
Make the world get it. By the way, lead actress in a comedy series. The nominees are
Oh, I forgot to mention earlier, we're going to kind of keep our eye on this.
From the Maisel thing.
Oh, the Maisel
both
deal.
lead actresses in Dead to Me.
Okay.
Christine Applegate and Linda Cardellini.
Okay.
Catherine O'Hara for Schitt's Creek.
Oh.
Issa Rae for Insecure.
All right.
And Tracy Ellis Ross for Blackish.
I would give it to
Schitt's Creek.
Schitt's Creek because
Catherine O'Hara.
Catherine O'Hara's had an amazing long career. She deserves this.
That's right.
Give that to her.
That's right.
All right, Brian.
They're doing a weird thing. So they've got the video where Josh Gad is apparently in his closet.
Yeah.
And to keep it interesting, because usually they're in front of a podium.
Yeah.
They're moving the camera back and forth on a big display that has his picture in the middle of it. Okay. So it's like it feels like somebody's going.
Why are they doing that? That sucks.
I don't know. Variety Talk series, pretty much the same thing. Daily Show, Full Frontal, Jimmy Kimmel, Stephen Colbert.
Okay. All your usual
stuff. But now Leslie Jones apparently is in front of a green screen and she's walking in front of the square of Josh Gad.
Whoa. I don't know if I like that.
Should I give you a link so you can
Yeah, let's keep our eyes on this. So okay. Just we like to check out the Emmys every year. Normally it's some sort of like public what do you call it? A thing. Where they
public service?
No, where they get up in front of a camera in public and together with some sort of entourage announce these things, but instead this thing is just a lot of floating heads.
Yeah,
let's see.
It's weird. It's a Leslie Jones walking in front of a floating head, Josh Gad. Oh, and he just turned into
that's
the one from Orange Is the New Black.
What's her name? Frida von Slappier. Don't remember her name.
That's exactly right.
She's awesome though. She's really good.
Laverne Cox.
There you go, Laverne Cox. All right, Laverne Cox has had some teeth work done. Doesn't look amazing. We'll see what she says. All right, she's talking. Oh, I don't have the audio.
She's in her kitchen. There's a refrigerator behind her.
All right.
Lead actor in a drama series, Jason Bateman Ozark.
Yeah, we got the Bateman.
Sterling K. Brown.
From what?
This is us.
Okay. Mm-hmm. What else we got?
Steve Carell, The Morning Show.
Steve Carell, The Morning Show.
The Morning Stream. Show, not stream.
Ryan Cox, Succession.
They're not related. No relation. Brian Cox.
To Ryan Cox?
Yeah. No. Different
Billy
Coxes.
Porter.
To Brian Cox and Laverne Cox?
Two different Cox.
Oh, Billy Porter from Posse.
Posse. There's the Posse.
Good to see. Jeremy Strong from Succession. So Succession getting a couple nods
for outstanding
in the drama series.
In a drama series.
Well, Jason Bateman is looking older there.
Well, yeah. Yeah, you can only look like a
And now we
25-year-old
have the
for
nominees for
Yeah.
outstanding
so
lead
long.
actress.
Oh, lead actress. All right, we'll stay for
All right,
these.
lead actress. We'll do this one. I'm bummed that we missed
Jennifer
the series
Aniston, The Morning
nominations,
Show.
or
Yeah.
maybe we haven't.
Jennifer Aniston, morning show.
Olivia Colman, The Crown.
That one was accidental, right? I could tell
Yeah.
that.
Oh, Olivia Colman, we like her.
Olivia Colman, The Crown.
Yeah.
I just want her to
Jodie
win so she can
Comer.
give another awesome acceptance speech. 'cause
Yeah,
she's
dude, she was
fantastic.
amazing. Ooh, that Jodie Comer lady.
Jodie Comer.
Yeah.
I dig her a lot.
Brian's got a secret thing for her.
There's nothing secret about my crush for Jodie Comer.
Laura
Sandra
Linney.
Oh.
They should say her eyeballs are Sandra Rosenbaum.
So,
Zendaya.
Oh, geez.
Euphoria.
Relax.
I was a little excited about Zendaya.
Yeah, we might have a little.
Mary Jane Watson.
Yeah.
That's funny because I always thought it was pronounced Zendaya.
Yeah, I always
it's
thought it was Zendaya. Isn't it Zendaya?
Mm-hmm.
Is it Zen diagram? I don't know.
All right. Anyway,
All right. Well,
I'll keep an eye on this if there's anything.
We'll check
else
back for the
that
interesting
needs to be-
stuff. But well done, Laverne Cox and Brian Cox. All right. Two Cox from different mothers. All right. What are we doing here?
Wow.
That came out
Wow.
wrong. That came out totally wrong.
Wow.
I didn't mean any kind of meaning there. Okay. Just leave your emails where they are. All right. Let's get into the news. We have a story here about the Pentagon. This says Pentagon has reportedly found off-world vehicles not made of this Earth or from this Earth.
Really? Okay.
Aliens, Brian.
The Pentagon is saying this?
The
This is kind of,
Pentagon.
why is this?
The
Why are we finding out from
Pentagon.
New York Magazine and not like some, breaking news?
My guess is it might be bullcrap, but let's find out. In March, astrophysicist Eric W. Davis, who spent years working as a consultant for the Pentagon UFO program, is now a defense contractor, gave a classified briefing to the Defense Department on what he called, quote, off-world vehicles not made on this Earth, unquote. In other words, spaceships!
Mm-hmm.
That's what they're jumping to anyway. The bombshell quote came from the latest US UFO report in the New York Times, which has owned the beat for the last several years. In December of 2017, the paper reported on the existence of the Advanced Aerospace Threat Identification Program, which is apparently a thing. They showed up my door one day and said, whoops, sorry, sir. It was a mistake. Anyway, a Pentagon effort to investigate UFOs, which is supposedly shuttered in 2012, but probably is still going on. The article hailed as historical inflection point in our attitudes regarding UFOs, implied the same message that the most recent one does. Basically, flying saucers are real. According to the Times, they're talking about a mysterious aerial vehicle. It was renamed and moved to a different part of the Pentagon. The effort remains active, says this article. Says here, the ex-director of the predecessor program told the Times that the new program is moving toward an era of transparency. Oh, they're going to let us know what's going on.
Sure. We're going to show you areas 50 through 59.
Yeah,
and
there
can
you
look
go.
at all of our areas.
Yep, all our areas.
Probe our areas.
Yeah, probe this area, please.
Can I interrupt really quickly with some
Please.
breaking news?
Breaking news.
Lead actor in a limited series or movie. You've got Hugh Jackman, Paul Mescal, Jeremy Pope, Jeremy Irons from Watchmen, and Mark Ruffalo from I Know This Much Is True.
Oh, they did get it in for the timing.
He did get it in time. So
If he doesn't win, I'm quitting the Emmys.
right, I'm with you. You know what?
He's so good. Oh my gosh, you guys.
You're
He's
not
so
wrong.
good. He's so good in it. And it's not just like regular Ruffalo. RR. It's not that.
No, it's not your Bruce Banner. Your Bruce and/or David Banner.
No. And he's fine at those things too. Like he's great at that, right? But this is a step beyond. This is something else. It's really, really good.
That's right. Exactly.
All right, well done. How about who are the ladies for the best lady actor drama?
Oh,
movies?
let me get to that. I paused on this screen so that I could. Here we go. Lead actress. It's Tatiana Maslany from Orphan Black, who's reading these off. Kate Blanchett from Mrs. America.
Okay, we like her.
Then you got your Shira Haas from Unorthodox, which Tina I think watched for a little bit. Regina King from Watchmen.
Oh,
she was great.
She was great. Yeah.
Octavia Spencer for Self-Made.
Okay.
And Kerry Washington from Little Fires Everywhere. That was also really good.
Oh yeah, you recommended that, I think.
Mm-hmm.
right?
That's it. There you go. Kate Blanchett, Shira Haas, Regina King, Octavia Spencer, and Kerry Washington are all your lead actresses.
Regina King, baby.
Limited.
Give it to Regina King. Just give it to her.
Yeah. Just hand it to her.
All right. What's her name from SNL that's on screen here? Who's the
Leslie Jones.
Leslie Jones. This is an interesting grouping of people. They should have had them all do like she's doing, not just do the closet box. Just have them all stand in a green screen.
Right. Unbelievable. So limited series, unbelievable, unorthodox. These are just like your best limited series. Watchmen. I missed the first couple. They're going to show them all. Little Fires Everywhere, Mrs. America, Unbelievable, Unorthodox, and Watchmen. Surprisingly, I know this much is true, not nominated for Best Limited Series. Which
That's ridiculous.
It is ridiculous.
Are you kidding me? Also, Dev should be on there.
Oh, yeah, right.
Dev should be on there.
Now, that might not have made the cutoff, actually.
Okay, well, it better next year then, because otherwise I lose faith in these dumb awards.
Yeah, sure.
These awards I already don't have a lot of faith in.
I know. They're for me, they're just a good way of like, oh yeah, I forget about Succession, I need to watch that, or I forget about Pose, I need to check that out, things like that. So it just gives me a way to check out stuff that I forgot about.
Well, the bottom line here is, even though they haven't shown the stuff from the alien parts and pieces they say they have, they say that they are going to be more transparent about such things, and that they do have a bunch of stuff they can't explain, and that we, the people, will finally get to know more.
At least according to this one person.
This one person.
Guy, yes.
This one dude.
This one whistleblower.
Uh-huh. As we know, he will blow the whistle.
That's right. Do you want to know? They're doing comedy series. Do you want to know best comedy series?
Let me guess a couple. Well, one of them I saw because I'm ahead of you on the stream, but I saw Curb Your Enthusiasm, and let me guess the rest of them.
Okay. Oh, this actually is a really good list.
The Good Place on there.
Good Place is on there.
Okay. Final Season always gets a nod. Oh, geez. I can't think of anything else.
All right.
Schitt's Creek. Schitt's Creek's on there.
Schitt's Creek is on there. Yep. Curb Your Enthusiasm, Dead to Me, The Good Place, Insecure, The Comiskey Method, Mrs. Maisel, Schitt's Creek, and What We Do in the Shadows.
Okay. Now I'm torn.
No, yeah, I know. Schitt's Creek, What We Do in the Shadows.
Those two would be my picks.
Curb Your Enthusiasm was a great season for that.
Curb always wins though, doesn't it? Isn't it won before? It's won before.
Maybe.
Right? If it's already won, they should give it to Schitt's Creek. Schitt's Creek deserves it.
Yeah.
Because I don't know. That's the little show that could, man. I love that thing.
It totally is, yeah.
All right, moving on. A homeless man was drowned in the Bellagio fountain in Las Vegas.
Yes. Oh, man, this is a sad situation.
Awful. Yeah, this is no good. Around 10 a.m., a local transient individual interacted with tourists near the fountain before he entered the water, according to Las Vegas Police Captain Dory Corin. The man swam toward the middle of the area of the fountain, turned around, and when he was about halfway through, and then began to tread water as he approached the area where he entered it. Says the man was talking to himself before he jumped in. When he started struggling, he shouted, "Help, help, help." She told the newspaper that is when she called 911. Police did not arrive on the scene for 10 or 15 minutes. Why didn't somebody jump in there and get him out?
I don't know. I mean, I think...
I would have jumped in there.
Yeah. Yeah, I know.
I would have said, "Hold my phone, Brian," and I would have jumped in.
I was surprised to find out that the Bellagio fountain is like 11 feet deep.
Well, that's deeper than I would have thought,
11 or 12. Yeah, I would have thought, all right, maybe like 6 or 7 feet deep. Because all you need are just the fountain things, right?
Well, Mitsula had, he'll hear this, I'm sure. Mitsula had a picture or some video of some lady that got into the Venetian moat, or what's that called? The river thing that goes through the whole Venetian? Or is it in the Venetian?
Oh, the canals.
The
Venetian canal.
Yeah, the Venetian canal. Lady fell in there, and he was just talking about how that probably is the worst water on this planet.
Oh,
it's just
God,
like the
it's gotta
worst.
be.
Yeah, she got banned from the
I'm
resort.
sure they've got a filter on it, but there's stuff in Vegas that won't that'll pass right through a normal filter. I've got your drama series.
All right, give it to me.
Series?
Yep, give it to me.
A couple big surprises on here that we are excited about.
All right.
Better Call Saul.
Great.
The Crown.
Great.
Handmaid's Tale.
Oh, good.
Killing Eve.
Yeah.
The Mandalorian.
What?
Yeah. Ozark, Stranger Things, and Succession.
Hold on, I should have been ready with this. When you say...
Oh, The Mandalorian.
The Mandalorian. Oh, yeah, see? Dude, I can't believe that made that list. That's
Yeah.
crazy to me.
I know this is a stellar lineup of 8 shows, 7 of which I've seen.
Oh, that's
I
great.
still haven't seen Succession, but everything else on here is like, oh, that's a good pick.
Didn't
These are all good picks.
Mr. Robot won last year? Maybe that one was for the final season last year, everybody who's concerned about no Mr. Robot. I don't think
Yeah, I
Mr.
don't
Robot
know.
would have been this year, I don't think. Would it?
I don't know.
I don't know how this works. But I know Rami Malek won for that before. Or maybe I'm thinking of his Oscar as Freddie Mercury. No, I don't know.
Maybe. Yeah.
All right.
Anyway, there you go. That's the end of the broadcast. I missed all the previous nominations, but if there's anything important to know, then we'll
fill
cover
you in
tomorrow on
Yeah.
TMS.
We'll break into whatever your regular daily programming is and tell you. Okay?
That's right. We'll start up a new stream.
Yep. Interrupt whatever you're doing.
That's right.
Bring you on in.
Best reality show goes to a woman poking a crombus or whatever this thing is called with a caveman bone.
Yep.
What is it? The crowbones.
Crowbones. I've never heard of that until today. That's the very first
Me
time I've
neither.
heard
I
of it.
just look at this. It's cracking me up looking at this one. I can't wait for Bill and Jury to.
Oh, Jury's going to ask me. Okay, nobody say anything to Jury, okay? Well, I want to see what he does.
Exactly.
He's not listening yet, I'm sure, because he's probably just rolling out of bed. So
I'm even going to delete the Emmy nomination YouTube link so that this is just right there in his face when he connects in.
All right. This will be good. Okay. Where are we now? Oh, I had it wrong. One bystander did try to jump in and save the man, but came out of the fountain on his own safely. Wasn't able to get to him. Oh yeah, police have also pulled another man out of the fountain around that same time of the drowning. That was an unrelated incident, and she called that person a little mentally unstable.
Wow. Okay.
It seems like that's a given, but also I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. Vegas has a really bad homeless problem, and
They do. Yeah.
there's a lot of people living under the city who have
Those,
some
those
serious mental
tunnels.
illness. Yeah, it's really bad.
Mm-hmm.
If you've never seen any of
But
that,
it's-
go look for it because it's crazy.
But it's surprising to hear that these things all happening right around the same time when we never heard about anybody jumping in or dying in the Bellagio fountain before.
Yeah. Do you think it was happening? We just weren't being told because it was so busy there, and now there's less people, so maybe it's a bigger deal. Like, I don't know.
Maybe. I don't know. That's
know
weird.
either.
I don't know.
Was it the year? Was it 2018? We were there, and they had the fire in the. What year was it? Oh no, that's when
there
Kim
was
and
the fire on the top of the Monte Carlo.
Yeah, and I think that was just Kim and I were there. Now that I think about it, we were there for just to be there.
No, I think that was the year of the coverthon. I want to say that that happened right around the time that that coverthon was going on. Although,
well, this had to have been the
So
last couple of years
2008?
because I was at the Grand at the time, and they wouldn't let us drive down the strip again because the fire had shut down the strip.
oh, okay, so no, that is a different
But I
thing.
couldn't remember if it was a TMS Vegas or if it was just me and her down there. I think maybe it was just us down there.
Because the Monte Carlo fire was years ago. 'Cause
Yeah, plus-
now it's
Yeah. Plus,
Park
if I was at
MGM now.
the Grand, oh, it was the Bellagio. They had a fire.
oh
Okay, now I remember. There was a fire on some floor of the Bellagio, and it was coming out of the window. It was a big deal at the time. They shut down the entire strip. We were at the Grand downtown,
Mhm.
and that's why it must have not been TMS because we never did the Grand during the TMS stuff. So it was always
no, definitely not.
yeah. All right.
Oh, and Sexar says, yeah, wasn't there something at Cosmo 2? There totally was. I remember watching live video of fire above the pool, or it was at the pool, and like the plastic palm trees and chairs and stuff were all melting. And
Ooh. Ew.
there we go. Monte Carlo fire was January 26, 2008. So same year as the Coverville 500, but
It's not during
a
it.
few months earlier. Yeah,
Okay.
5 months earlier.
Would that have been not? Yeah, it wouldn't have been during CES. Would have been just after, I guess. Oh, CES announced it's all
They're going
remote.
virtual.
Yeah,
Yeah.
this coming year. So I don't know what that should
That
tell
means
people.
Tom
but,
gets to stay at home and save some money. And
yeah, that's right. Gets to watch her from the comfort of
Yeah.
his comfy chair.
oh, there you go. April 14th, 2017 was the Bellagio hotel fire.
Okay. Yes, that's when Kim and I were there.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Yeah, and we were glad we were downtown that day because
Yeah.
if we were stuck up in the strip somewhere, it would have sucked.
I gotta say, I fully appreciate both AV Tech John and who's the other person who does looks up a lot of stuff for us. I don't see him in the chat room this time around. I'd remember his name, but there are fact checkers or our
Yeah,
know?
you guys can be official fact checkers if you want. You can
We'll make you guys the official fact checkers
Yeah.
of TMS. AV Tech John, formerly known as Chad the Drone Guy.
Yeah.
I
We ever get something wrong, please feel free. Swoop in and fix us. Okay.
That's right. Exactly.
Here's a story about the coronavirus. You may have heard of it.
I've heard of it, yes.
Or at least one version of it called COVID-19. Don't know what happened to the other 18, says dumb people. Anyway.
Why didn't we figure this out with the last 18 COVIDs?
That was, I think, the last time I saw any kind of cable news was some dingus who said out loud on the air, I can't remember what the thing was, but it was like, why have they were being mad at like the last 6 or 7 administrations, both Democratic and Republican, saying, well, we've had 18 others of these, and why were those never solved before we had to get to number 19? And I looked at the TV and went, I can never watch anything like this again. This is the worst thing I've ever heard anyone say.
Kellyanne Conway who said that, yeah.
Was it?
Yes, it was a Fox News interview or something. And
so they were giving her heat for, that's right. They were drilling her about the response to the current situation from the administration.
Yes,
and
exactly.
She said, well, what about 1 through 18 or whatever?
Right.
And I went, no, it's 19 for the year it was discovered.
Exactly, yes.
If it was 2017, it'd be called COVID-17. You dummies. You dummies. I couldn't do it anymore. That was it. No more cable news for me ever. I'm done. Not that I really did much before that, but you catch it once in a while. And I just said, no, this is like caustic acid for my eyeballs. I'm not watching this anymore. All right.
Oh, really? Robbie Digital 10K says that her daughter is on TikTok making fun of her. Kellyanne Conway. It's funny. Never heard about Kellyanne Conway having a daughter, but
her husband rips on her husband's like polar opposite of her.
Super liberal. I can't imagine.
Well, I don't know if he's liberal. He's a
sex is like in that house.
He's a Republican. He's just can't stand Trump. And so he's not a liberal or anything.
Oh, he's not. Okay, I thought he was.
No. He's a conservative.
There's still some angry sex going on.
Oh, I guarantee it. Or they love it, I think. Right?
Yeah, I'm sure.
Maybe they got this weird thing where she comes home and goes, yeah, we're putting some kids in cages.
Want to know what Trump said today?
Yeah, you want to hear this thing? We put some more kids in cages. Do you know what else we're doing? We're going to send some more people to Portland and fight. That's
right.
Ugh, I don't want to even think about that. All right. Anyway,
we should listen to some music, Scott. Wash our brains out with some sweet tunes.
We really should. I'm going to save this article for tomorrow because we really didn't get to it. All right. Tomorrow is the day we'll do that. But today we got to play a song and break this thing up a little bit. It's halvesies time, and Brian brought a song. So what is it?
Yeah. We're going to go to Long Beach, but not the Long Beach that you're expecting. Long Beach, Mississippi. I didn't know there was a Long Beach, Mississippi. For a guy named Ty Treherne, who is following up his debut EP called The Sound from January 2019, nominated for Best Local Songwriter and Album of the Year and Song of the Year by Signature Magazine and Festival South last year. This is a brand new track. It's awesome. It's called The Air.
And what is your name, my son?
Ninnaman Nipman.
His name is Cinnamon Biscuit.
Shit, what happened? Hold on a minute. Something happened here.
That was all fair.
All right, let's try that again. Hold on a second.
I am not a robot. I am a unicorn. This is the morning stream.
There you go. Legacy podcasters hard at work.
That's officially how much coffee I have left.
Oh, let's see here. Okay, we're looking. Oh, that's not a lot, Brian.
No, it's not a lot. Pouring it into the...
Pour that over your head and absorb it.
The Ember coffee mug. Exactly. Only fills up the Ember mug about halfway. Oh, this is not going to be good.
Nope. You might need to get more.
Jury with that little amount of coffee? Are you kidding me?
Maybe jury's stuff will be like boring politics things, and you just go fill it up.
Oh, okay. I thought you meant it'll make me fall asleep.
Oh, no, it's like you could sneak away, just like
I can sneak away.
put a
Well, who
card.
says I don't already anytime Jury comes on?
That's a good point. I never really look at the camera, but he might. All right, we're about to pull Bill in. Let's see how he feels about all this. If you know what I mean.
I don't know what you mean. About all what?
We forgot what's in the chat right there.
Oh, yes. How do you feel about that? Yes.
Hey, I know what's going on now. It's this right here. Hold on. Shit.
Your bat cave's open there, Bill.
It's Bill Duran from the Pacific Northwest joining us as he always does on Tuesdays to talk about the world of making things. Bill, welcome to the show.
Good morning, friends.
How are you?
Good morning.
Doing pretty good.
Yeah.
Got a decent night's sleep. A little warm around here. Don't have AC, so that's a problem. But other than that.
Did you see the punished prop Brian put in our chat in the Discord there?
Oh, I missed it. No.
It's from the conversation earlier.
This is a very punished prop.
Yeah,
Wow.
we were hoping to freak you out with it a little bit. It's something we learned about today, but sadly.
See that now?
Yeah, you see it now. You'll never unsee it. It's something
And
called. What's it called, Brian? Crowbones.
Crowbones.
It's apparently a thing. We don't recommend seeking too much more information.
One of our listeners saw somebody wearing a thong pair of underwear as a face mask in Florida, and they drove a big yellow crowbones truck, and we had to look up and see what crowbones were.
We had to find out what that meant. So now we know.
Do you think it's like a crowbar bone?
Oh, I didn't think of that.
Sounds right.
I'm not. Still less interested now that you said it's a crowbar bone. Good Lord. Anyway, hey, Bill, it's always a pleasure to have you here. So let's dive right in. What's going on with you today?
I don't want to make anyone feel bad, but I'm in this group too of artists who own many sketchbooks that don't have any sketches in them. Tell me. Because you guys, you guys are artists. I imagine you probably purchased many sketchbooks.
Oh yeah.
And are you in a similar boat as me, where most of them lie empty?
Similar, but not quite the same. I have a lot of sketchbooks, and all of them have something in it.
Yes.
But about halfway through,
the first dozen pages.
Yeah.
Yep.
And then they go blank for the rest of the book, and then I see another shiny one at the store, and I go, "Ooh, look at this sketchbook!" And I take that home, and then you get another 12 pages.
The paper feels great on this one. Forget my old crappy sketchbook. I want this new one.
Yeah, I do.
And if I buy this new sketchbook, I have to get all new pencils.
That's right.
Yeah.
I do.
Exactly.
I am happy to say that I still have some very full, complete sketchbooks from my high school days that are just like tucked away somewhere. The art is garbage because it was high school, but still, back then I thought, I'm drawing every moment of the day and I will never stop. Leave me alone, I'm drawing. Like that was kind of my attitude. And these days it's like, well, I can kind of start a sketchbook and then I'll forget, and that sort of thing.
I have many. Most of them are half full. And when I was younger, especially in high school, I was just drawing was a distraction, so I did it all the time. Unfortunately, most of the drawing I did in high school was in the margins of all my schoolwork, and I don't have any of that anymore.
Yeah.
So anyway, sketchbooks are great. I think creative people of any type should keep a sketchbook or a notebook. If you're a musician, you want to write words down, you get a notebook, something like that. And it's something I wish I had really stuck with more in the last 20 years, basically since college. In art school, we were required to keep a sketchbook, and we had to turn in sketches regularly. But once I was no longer required, it kind of fell off.
Yeah. That's what happens, right? Sometimes the motivation leaves when there's no overlord telling you what to do.
Yeah. Or it's just the drawing was no longer the distraction that it was when I was in high school. Drawing was now a chore, a task, part of my job.
Yeah. No, I get that. Totally understand.
Quick side note, too. I actually have a sketchbook. I still have it here that I stole from my mom when I was in high school, right before I went to college. She found a sketchbook that she bought when she was in college in the 70s.
Oh, wow.
And it was completely empty, except for her name.
Yeah.
Her, not Duran, by the way, her maiden name, and her old address and her old phone number from the 70s.
Wow.
She went to the extent to personalize it, but not actually put any art into it.
Yeah.
Exactly. There was a point in 1976 where she bought that brand new smell that was like, this is amazing. I'm going to fill it with art, put my name on it, everything. She closed it, put it on a shelf, and then never looked at it again.
Oh man, that is
But
a bummer.
I got to use it, and right next to her name and address is my first address for the first college I went to, which is kind of cool.
That is,
and
that
then
is cool.
I actually used it.
You did put some more into it than your address.
Exactly. Yes, I did use it. But that was the one I used when I was in college, and I was required.
Yeah, because again, you had to do it. They made you. They made
to do it. But now that I have it, and I've recently gone back through it, it's really super fun. That animation I talked about last week, the storyboarding that we did, was at least the part I storyboarded was in that sketchbook. So I go back and be like, look at that. Oh my goodness! I can remember all the goofy stuff and compare the storyboards to the final product, and actually be impressed that we did what we set out to do. It told the story really well, so that was pretty validating.
I had a college professor who told me when I wasn't even there yet. It was for a 2-week camp during my senior year, where we went to the college and then spent 2 weeks there, living in the dorms and doing art stuff. It was just an art camp. Anyway, it was great, and it was mostly a lot of us trying to figure out who to make out with every night. But anyway, it was pretty interesting. And the one thing I'll never forget is this dude said, "Look, I'm telling you, I don't care how bad of an artist you think you are, or how bad of an artist you actually are. If you draw an hour a day in a sketchbook, or even break it up into 15-minute increments, you do that every day, and you do that for like a year." You'll be as good as anybody who walks in here with a bunch of talent. Like that will get you to where you want to be. And that's when I went nuts. I was just like, I'm going to take it to heart, and I'm going to draw in this sketchbook every day, and I'm never going to stop. And I didn't. I just kept going and kept going until actual college time, and then I kind of slacked off. But the point is, I still think that's true. I still think it's it goes to that whole 10,000 hour concept of just keep going, and the more you do it, the better you get. Even if you don't notice it, the curve happens, and you get better, and before you know it, people want they want to hire you. You want to do, I got a book. I want an illustrator. Sweet, I'll be your guy. That kind of thing just starts to happen. So sketchbooks, they're awesome.
Absolutely fantastic.
Yeah.
I think a trap that I fall into sometimes is a lot of the work I do is digital, and not like digital drawing, like CAD work, right, or 3D modeling. And I think, I'll just crack open Fusion and get started, right? Or I'll just open Maya and just start. I'll sketch there. You can't see it, but I'm making air quotes. I'm sketching in Maya. And I am convinced that every single project that I handled that way, if I had done a quick sketch beforehand and just sort of work it out a little bit, then the 3D modeling would have been quicker, easier, or at least I would have got to the final product I wanted more reliably if I had done a drawing first.
Sure.
Similarly with the real world fabrication I do, the props and stuff that I make, the drawing is almost like building it the first time, and the cost is very low. Very quick sketch. You can kind of work out some dimensions if that's important.
Sure.
All sorts of stuff like that. Most of the sketching I do nowadays is when I need to build a piece in 3D, let's say. I will draw a schematic with pen and paper, and then I'll scan it and chuck it in Fusion, and I use that to lay out the model. And then when I 3D print that thing, it is usually almost kind of exactly what I wanted.
Yeah, that's awesome.
And that's
this right here is that exact thing. Oh man, it's so washed out you can't really see it on.
No, it looks just white. Oh,
Now
I sort of see it. Oh, there you go.
Yeah, there you go. If I get really close, you can see my sketch for a thing that's going to go on the board behind me and hold Thor's hammer.
Oh, cool.
Perfect.
Are you 3D printing
measurements?
You're 3D printing it? Okay.
I'm going to 3D print it. I'm going to first, sketch it out, get measurements, and it's a plumbus. And then I'm going to do it up in Fusion 360 and then 3D print.
That's awesome.
Perfect.
Very cool. I didn't know you were making a holder thing for it. That's great.
Yeah.
Well, I do want it to, IKEA doesn't sell one of those.
No.
So you have to...
Yet.
Yeah, hey, and if they did,
not till you sell them the design.
that's right. They could offer it. They could still just call it the Mjolnir, and it would still sound like an IKEA thing.
Exactly. I mean, it's right up their alley.
Yeah, it's perfect.
And hold the Mew Mew.
Hold the Mew Mew. You're worthy. Anyway, well, that's great. So everybody should get a sketchbook, is what you're saying. That's our bottom line today. Draw.
Oh,
No, that's not what you're saying. Don't do that. Oh, did we lose Bill?
We lost Bill.
Oh, Bill.
I thought he was saying "oh no" to us, but he was saying "oh no" to somebody else.
Yeah, Bill, you there?
Oh.
My internet just took a huge hiccup.
Oh, okay, you're back.
Oh, there
though.
we go.
Are you back?
I am back.
Oh, okay,
Yep.
yeah, that was weird because we heard you say "oh no," and then we thought it was an answer to my question, which was everyone should, I go everyone should get a Facebook or get a Facebook. Everyone should get a sketchbook, and you said "oh no." Like, wait a minute. Wait, haven't we just been extolling the virtues of a thing?
Yeah.
Anyway,
a couple of good ideas about sketchbooks. Keep a sketchbook and pencil on you at all times, so that when an idea or you want to figure something out, when it strikes you, you can jot it down in the moment. I think that is something I should do more of. Just get a smaller sketchbook I keep on me at all times. And I know like everyone has an app on their phone so you can like write down ideas and stuff. I have that too, but I feel like physically writing it is more meaningful to me. And so I prefer to do that.
nice.
And then something, when I was going through all my old sketchbooks, something I wish I had done starting 20 years ago was put dates on some of the pages.
Yes.
Yeah, see, that's a problem. I don't do that. I do that now on everything.
Me too.
But I don't do it on any of my stuff prior to my web stuff. I just didn't do it. So I don't, even when I pull out that old high school sketchbook, I'm not going to really know, was that 85? Was that 86? Was it 87? Like, I don't know. I have no idea.
Yeah. And then also like try a bunch of different sizes, find what works for you. Use the sketchbook that you will use.
Yeah.
But if you find yourself buying many and not using them, maybe stop buying them.
Yeah. Also,
Quit buying sketchbooks until you use the ones that you've already got.
That's right.
I used
Made out of money.
I used to be a brand loyalist to Strathmore. That was the brand.
Oh yeah. All my original ones were Strathmore as well.
Yeah. Seems like they were kind of ubiquitous too, but they had some nice stuff. They had some that you could get that was like a vellum finish. I used to love that. And I would do like the school newspaper comic on it and ink it and everything on there, and it didn't bleed. It was great. So if you can, I mean, these days you can get anything you need anywhere, but support your local little art supply place if you got one still. We do, and I like to go in there. Just wear your mask, though, if you do. That's great, Bill. Great ideas about sketchbooks. Couldn't agree more. You always leave us with a little extra something today. What do you got?
Yeah, this is really cool. So the folks over at Sideshow Collectibles did a video where they talk about what they call the cut and sew of a Superman figure. So if you look up Sideshow on YouTube and look up their Superman cut and sew, it's one of their artists showing how he patterns fabric clothing for a 1/6 scale Superman.
Oh, look at that. Wow.
It's awesome.
Oh
it is
my
so
gosh.
cool.
That's cool, dude.
Yeah. And he has to make, because the figure is posed, he doesn't just have a little shirt pattern that he can break out and make a shirt. He's got to make it from scratch. And so the shirt isn't symmetrical the way he builds it, so that it fits Superman perfectly in that pose. I found it absolutely fascinating.
He also looks a lot like Dave Bautista, so that's kind of fun to think that Drax the Destroyer's making clothes for Superman.
For Superman, right.
Yeah.
I would love to see Drax the Destroyer try and make a 1/6 scale button-up shirt.
Yeah, that'd be amazing. And it also seems like something they might actually do on Guardians 3, so we'll see if that ever happens. Oh, that's great.
Awesome. It's like he's an actual tailor, like he's doing tailor stuff, like measuring the chest and the arms and stuff. This is great.
Yeah.
It's so cool.
So the figure itself, though, where do you get that thing from? Is that just
it's just Sideshow Collectibles. I believe it's for sale, probably for pre-order right now.
I'm
guessing.
That's a really nice one.
It's really nice.
Yeah. And it's got like different heads and different hats, so you can make it look more like Clark or Superman.
Oh, but he's working with a pre-production one because it's not going to come without the clothing.
Right. Yeah.
This one's got logo on the front, which makes it's got the Superman logo, which makes me think it's meant to be painted. but I don't know. All I know is what he's making for it is way better than painting it.
Yeah. Oh, it's so cool.
Yeah,
for sure.
That's rad. All right, well done. You get this over at, let's see, hold on. Sideshow Collectibles on YouTube. That's our channel, and you can go check it out. You've heard of them before, but now you can watch them make shit, which is really even cooler.
Mm-hmm.
Bill Duran, everybody. PunishedProps.com is where you can find all his great creations, and take his advice. Go get a sketchbook. Bill, thanks for being with us today, and we'll see you next week.
Take care.
Bye now.
See ya.
All right, we've exposed one person to the Bono Chrono, or whatever it's called.
The Bono Chrono. I think that's an even better name for this thing than the crowbones.
The Bono Chrono.
Make no crowbones about it.
That's right. All right, I didn't prep Jerry on this question I'm going to ask him, so we'll just see how this goes.
Oh, good. I like that.
Are those good? Sometimes they get me in trouble, but we'll see how it goes. Here's his theme, though.
These are their stories.
Oh, I'm terrible with names.
It's Justin Robert Young, everyone. You know him, you love him. He's here from Oakland, California, from the West Coast studios of the Diamond Club itself. Hello and welcome.
What the hell is in this Discord chat?
It works. See, I told you it would work. Yeah. We'd get to one of them. Bill didn't notice it, but you did. Brian put that in earlier. It's about a story we were doing.
Well, we had a listener who saw this product advertised on the side of a big yellow truck, and we had to look it up and see what it was. And this is by far the best picture on the website.
Right.
Because
oh boy.
Yeah. And I knew you weren't. I knew you wouldn't let it go. I knew the jury was going to catch it, and he was going to say something. And I'm happy that he did. But apparently it's this thing with
do the listeners know what this is?
Yeah,
yes.
We explained it.
We haven't put the picture up on screen.
Nor should you. Good God.
Yeah, we're not gonna. It's just about as pornographic as you can get with a piece of plastic.
Without showing anything that's specifically pornographic, it's very pornographic.
Yeah.
No, yeah. And boy, a commitment to the Flintstones theme.
Right, I know, like wearing the leopard print.
Yeah, no, exactly.
Well, it's called what's the name?
I mean, it puts a whole new stink on everybody do the dinosaur.
Yeah, it really does. What's it called, Brian?
It's called the crowbones.
Crowbones.
With a Z. Crowbones.
Yeah. And somebody saw in Florida, your hometown of Florida, or your home state of
Best
Florida.
State in the Union.
Yeah, they saw somebody came into a laundromat driving a Crowbones truck, a big yellow truck, advertising it. I guess maybe they worked for him. I don't know. And then
all we can assume is that truck was filled with these.
Yeah, and they walked in without a mask, but instead of a mask, they had because it was the mandate time. He had a pink thong on his face, so just a little strip down his face. So yeah, best state in the union for sure, no question.
I love it.
Anyway, sorry, we had to make sure that happened before we delete that thing. So what are we doing? Oh, we got Justin here. It's Justin Robert Young, everybody.
Yes, it's me.
It's me. Hey,
we can keep talking about the picture. I got another half hour on this.
You got a whole lot of material. So I got a question for you. I didn't prep for.
Sure.
And I'm bummed because I usually like to at least warn you that it's coming. But I'm trying to make sense of a thing that happened in politics this week.
Sure.
A small thing, maybe a trivial thing surrounding all the other things that maybe are less trivial. But okay, so there was this story that Fauci got asked to throw out the first pitch at the Nationals game.
Yes.
Yankees and Nationals, right? I think.
Yes.
And so he goes out there and does that. Horrible pitch, by the way. It was ridiculous. But he did that.
Just a bit outside. Socially distanced from the catcher.
Yeah. That ball couldn't have been more socially distanced from the mitt it was intended to land in. But
yeah.
Anyway, the word is, according to the New York Times, that Trump was annoyed by this and that he wanted to do it. So he announced that he had been invited to do it in New York at the next Yankees game. And then his team scrambled to get ready for it, but then the Yankees said, we didn't invite anybody to do anything. There is no opening pitch. And so then Trump got on Twitter and canceled the pitch that wasn't his to begin with. And so my question is, what happened there? Like, is this just a simple thing of like, Trump's annoyed, wants to be cool, made up a lie about being invited, they would say it'd be okay?
I don't know. The egos of presidents in general are often things that are pretty pronounced. So I wouldn't doubt that there was some level of professional annoyance if Dr. Fauci gets the Nationals call and not Trump. that being said, things that seem to be in a slapdash manner these days.
Yeah.
Major League Baseball and the federal response to COVID. So like both are kind of ramshackle. There are a lot of things that need to happen before, even in a situation without fans, for the president to go do anything publicly. Like nothing like that happens in 14 hours. Right. Like all that is kind of planned out in advance, especially if you want to make it a big deal and you want to make sure it's on TV, and you know, like you don't normally do stuff like that unless you can maximize it. So what I kind of chalked all that up to, I mean, obviously, look, there's no shortage of the who farted and where stories within the White House.
Yeah.
Like, and that has been a staple of our coverage since his inauguration, or really before that. But realistically, I would say this is probably just a situation where wires got crossed and you know, that was the end.
You could see a situation though where no matter who's the president, if the president got on some platform and said, "I've been invited to throw out the pitch at this game," even if it never happened, because you're saying it, it seems like maybe the team involved would go, "Oh, well, let's make this happen," even though we didn't really invite him. Like, let's go, because you know the president's throwing a pitch. Regardless, we can think about Trump or any other president. Like that's a honored, time-worn tradition here in America.
Yeah,
it's America's pastime. Let's have him throw out the first pitch or whatever. And I guess what I'm trying to get my head around is, why wouldn't they just go ahead and do it? I don't know. Like why? I guess they were like, we're not doing this.
I to be honest with you, I haven't really read a lot about it, just because it seemed like the easiest way to explain it is these things are hard to sync up.
Yeah.
Like the path of least resistance is this stuff is hard to put together, and guess what? They didn't. and that is what it is. So that's really where I kind of took it. And I haven't really done much more research past that.
Okay, so now we're past the dumb thing. Let's get to the hard thing.
Sure.
The other cancellation, the real one, is not GNC. That's General Nutrition Center.
Everyone's getting their. Sorry, if you were getting your pre-workout and your multivitamins at GNC, canceled.
Yes.
Your muscle milk is
cancel
off the
culture wouldn't go too far, and now I spoke not when Bari Weiss left the New York Times, for I was not Bari Weiss, and then they came for the GNC. A million jocks pout. Yeah. Glistening tears sliding down their baby oiled cheeks.
Yeah, there you go. You nailed it. Supplements be damned. No, here's the thing. The RNC is not going to happen in a live way, I guess. And and the guest stars have been announced, so it's going to be Scott Baio.
Well, all those people that were at the last RNC.
Yeah, the same people.
Yeah. So here's what happened. In about July, June, or no, earlier than that, May, right. May, June.
Okay.
There were a couple bets made. If you listen to PX3, you were able to follow this from the moment that it happened. The Democratic Party bet that America would still very, very, very much be scared of coronavirus, and more specifically, that the fear of coronavirus would make the party that put their entire platform online seem prudent.
Mm-hmm.
The Republicans made the opposite bet. They made the bet that the party that returned normalcy would be looked at as the people that now we've weathered the storm. You don't want weenies running the country. You want bold leaders. And so the bringing back of normalcy. One of the first big crowds that you'll see are going to be at a Trump rally or at the RNC. Look at that. We made it, folks. Here we are. Well, the prudes won. And Trump has realized that, and part of it is the poll numbers. Part of it is the fact that he's underwater in terms of where people think the COVID relief is, and mostly because the last island that he had to fight on when it came to hey, everybody calm down about COVID was the deaths, and the deaths spiked again. So if that's the case, then look, the problem with the position that he put himself in electorally is, if you're fighting on, it's the deaths matter, you're not fighting on, hey, look at the fatality rate, or hey, let's explain a little bit more about how much more testing. You're not owning testing. He was playing a game where this was over.
Yeah.
And this was rapidly getting to an end, and that position lost. So what we're seeing now is Trump taking a totally different position on COVID compared to where he did before. Then again, his positions in general are a little slapdash, so he can always say, oh no, I always, in the 50 things that I said, this was one of the 50 things. So he is now flashing the mask and saying that masks are patriotic. I don't believe we will see an attempt at another rally unless it is something very stage managed and far smaller than the rallies that he would like to put on in his heart of hearts. And we're not going to get an RNC.
Yeah.
Because he's guy who takes it really seriously. And now his bet from this point is, all right, in 100 days, it looks like already in Texas and Florida, we're on the other side of the spike in even cases, as testing does continue to increase. So, all right, if we can really put it out now, then in 100 days, better news, fresher air, and a vaccine announcement that turns around people's feeling of how Trump has handled the virus, and at least that's what his bet is.
You make any hay out of the charts that show reported hospital data, like going like this until the day they said we're not getting it from the CDC anymore? Now you send it to Health and Human Services, which is direct to the administration basically, and now it's like this. There's like a new flat line. Do you think there's any reason to buy into that particular conspiracy that they're fudging the numbers?
Modifying.
I don't know if they're fudging the numbers. I know that whenever you are moving any gigantic data collection from one entity to another, you are not going to get a seamless transition. So I would say for at least the next month or so, any kind of data fluctuations, I wouldn't necessarily see demons in the shadows just yet. Now, maybe they are, but again, it's most likely. Look, right now we're having a debate in Congress about the unemployment benefit, right? And back in March, the Republicans wanted to make this not a flat $600 fee or a $600 benefit per week to people that were unemployed. They wanted to make it 70% of your paycheck because they wanted to ensure that you were getting most of your paycheck, but not all of your paycheck. So by the time that it was safe to go back to work, you would want to go back to work because you could make more money than you would, right? That's what they wanted to do. The reason why they couldn't do that was because all of the state systems for unemployment, right? This isn't just keeping records on hospital stuff, which, while important now, is not something that we necessarily care on a granular level the way we care about it right now. In general, right? We do care about unemployment. Unemployment comes to the most vulnerable at the most vulnerable times. We care about these systems greatly. And we couldn't do the 70% plan because the states were like, we don't know how to do an Excel formula. Because, by the way, Excel to the program that we have now is effectively VR compared to Atari. Like, that's what we're using. Like, that's what we're using for the most vulnerable people at the most vulnerable moments of their life. We can't do an Excel formula to spit out a check to these people. So now we're having that fight again because, by the way, we tried to do it in March, didn't do it in March, did the 600 because something needed to get out the door. And then in the intervening time, Congress went on 3 vacations and nothing happened. Even the people that are going to fight on it, and now they're going to be like, no, it's going to be 200 until you can figure out how to use Excel. They're gonna fight on it now. So whenever you're talking about government statistics, always err on the side of them being screwed up and always err on the side of them being very slow to improve.
Yeah, I think that's probably a fair way of putting it. All right, so we got 2 things. Two final things. Herman Cain's current condition. He's been in the hospital for a month, still not out. Have you heard anything about our good pal Herman Cain? Is he going to make it? Is he going to be okay? Do we know?
Good God, no. All I know is what everybody else knows, which is that old Herman Cain is on oxygen.
Yeah, that's bad. I hope he's playing when he's cogent, sort of awake. I hope he's playing Pokemon Go just as a reference to that Pokemon reference.
He's playing. He's an Ingress guy.
Yeah,
clearly.
he's totally Ingress.
Yeah. I would love to think that he actually became a gamer. That he became a very avid gamer after his whole Pokemon thing.
Yeah.
No, it's sad. Look, I mean, I know that obviously especially this time of our cycle, we get very bloodthirsty for our causes, and I think that there's an element of that that's healthy. But in general, I'm not somebody that ever wishes. Death on anybody,
I don't wish that dude any harm. I hope he's all right and can get through it. A month is a long time, though. That doesn't speak to a quick recovery, but I hope he's okay. I
mean, he's an older guy. The thing that now is really scary is that part of what has lowered the mortality rate is just our nature of care, and part of what we realized with COVID was giving people oxygen too early was hurting them.
Yeah.
And that was something that we were probably over prescribing in the early going. And that's something that nobody could know because, again, we didn't, we were basically the first time that we saw any kind of like real helpful data on treatment was when it hit Italy.
Yeah, that was it, right? That was the time, or that was the pivot point. I feel like we're talking about 8 years ago, by the way. Every time we talk about May or April.
Right, it feels like it, yeah.
It's so weird because it went fast and went slow at the same time, and I'm not used to that particular time trip.
A friend of mine, or John, my buddy John Teasdale, who I made the Contender with, he lives out here, and then we were at a party, not a party, we were at a get together in our little social bubble in like May, but the first time that we had like kind of all gotten together.
Sure.
And he was like, it's like 4 people, and he was thinking about going back to the East Coast because he's working remotely and blah blah blah. And he I was just talking to him because he has a van, like a Sprinter van that's like kitted out to go camping and stuff like that. And so he was like, oh, what if because he was scared about flying. And I'm like, what if you just drove, you got a
drive
van,
across the
you
country.
can sleep in the van. Like, this is why you have the van. And, and he was like, yeah. And he did. He just literally left that apartment and drove across. And we had a bunch of fun of, saying bye to him 50,000 times. And I got a text from one of the other people that was there and was like, oh, by the way, that was 3 months ago.
Oh, that's weird.
Wow.
And I'm like, oh my good God.
Yeah. Yeah. It just seems wrong. It seems like the clock is wrong, but I don't know what to make of it. The only other thing worth probably discussing today or bringing up is this Bill Barr testimony today? Anything coming out of that you're looking forward to? You can probably break it down, but
to be totally honest, I have not seen a word of it.
I think it's going on right now, right? Like it
is going on right now. So we will. I will be looking forward to catching up with that. I've been trying to move stuff around here in the studio. I'm trying to get the studio. That was like the big thing. Once the RNC got canceled, I was like a little depressed just because I knew in my heart of hearts that there would be no more travel for the rest of this election, which is the worst election ever.
It truly is, because all of this stuff should be so much. You should be having the jury time of your life right now. Honestly,
right.
Given your focus and given what kind of content you're putting out, this should be. If the COVID part was out. Heyday for Justin, just the time of his life. But damn it, I mean, it's annoying.
Yeah, and that's the thing, is that I even got the little like the intro to it, the intro to like, oh, like I'm on the road, like, and really I was very excited because I was rare. You know, I was in press pens and there weren't a lot of other people that were doing the kind of stuff that I was doing. You know, it's a lot of people that have gigs in media. Now, a lot of those people don't have gigs no more, so maybe I won't be rare the next time that I go to one of those things. But I did kind of feel like, man, this was a real differentiator for the show, and I was sad. So I channeled that sadness into kind of reimagining what I want my Twitch streams to be. And so
it looks like you've done
some changes.
Yeah, you've moved a lot of stuff, I can tell. That's great.
Yeah, well, I'm redoing the wall. We don't know exactly what we're going to do here, but the big change is I'm going to be standing up and kind a lot more.
I like it. Really? Like Jim, what's his name on that
Jim
money
Kramer.
show?
This has been my dream. My dream. If anybody asked me, like, if I had like a television show, what would my television show be? It would be like Pee-wee's Playhouse, but with politics. Like, I want like just a full immersive walk around set, handheld camera.
And
so please tell me, Kramer.
Yeah. Please tell me you're going to have a 3-dimensional virtual United States map that comes up out of the floor, and you can say, all right, if we look over here.
Yep, I like that.
I got some ideas. Okay. I got some ideas. There's a lot of ideas that I have, and we're slowly trying to put it together, but I know that, like, you know, there's a couple projects that I'm also working on, but it's like, this is hopefully I channel the money and effort that I would have spent being on the road and trying to make those shows really special, because they're the shows that really get the most attention. Because everybody else can sit. There's a lot of people that can do it a lot better than me and sit on their butt and talk about politics. But you know, I consider myself among the rare political shows where the live on the ground shows are better than the ones I do in studio.
Yeah. Yeah, no, I totally get it. You're a showman, damn it.
Yeah.
The greatest showman.
Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah. You're the Wolverine of this setup. Well, that's great.
But Zendaya, pronounced Zendaya.
Zendaya.
Covered this earlier.
Yeah, according to
is it? Oh, man.
Well, I don't know. That's we only know that because
that's how Laverne Cox pronounced it.
Yeah, Laverne
Zendaya.
Cox says Zendaya, and we all went, "Wait, what? Is it Zendaya? That was Zendaya. What's going on?" I think she has it wrong. I have to look it up.
I think so too.
Yeah, we're gonna find out.
So what? She got an Emmy nomination for Euphoria.
Euphoria. Yeah.
Yep.
Have either of you guys watched that show?
I watched the first episode and found it all really depressing, and so I quit watching it.
I recommend that no parents watch it. I feel I feel like only single people should watch it. Like, it is because it's basically a like heightened to the level of unreal. Like,
yeah.
All right. So imagine every time that you've heard on like the evening news, like, it's called blank and your kids are doing it behind your back.
Yeah.
Like, imagine all of those.
Yep.
And all the kids are doing all of those at the same time with each other.
Yep.
Great. We get to watch all that on HBO.
Yep.
Oh, yes. And it's It goes there. It is like it is grody.
Yeah, she's not Mary
Hey,
Jane
least-
in this thing. I can tell you that much.
You know what? I'll tell you something that'll make you happy though. Watchmen got nominated for Best Series.
Oh, yeah, Justin will
Jeremy
love that.
Irons and Regina King both got nominated for.
You got to be thrilled about that to hear that Watchmen did so well in the awards.
Great. Yeah, awesome. I mean, the thing is, Euphoria is just it's just the music's great too. Like the final episode just set the characters up for great places.
Well, they only gave her the.
Nobody wants to hear me talk about Watchmen. I mean, like, they want to see me get wound up about Watchmen.
Oh, yeah, of course.
But, like, look, the thing that people love Watchmen for, I have no qualms with.
Yeah.
But nobody who loves Watchmen for the reason why they really love Watchmen, which is the racial commentary and the historical commentary, wants me to push my glasses up my nose and give them 45 minutes about how they got Rorschach wrong.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
And that's what I want to do. What I want to do is explain how they got Dr. Manhattan wrong, how they got Ozymandias wrong. And if you're going to get those three characters wrong, then just do another show. Like, why call it Watchmen? None of these characters really match up with what made them interesting in the book. But again, nobody wants to hear that because what they love about Watchmen is this commentary about history and race. And I will say that while I had heard about the Tulsa Massacre before, I thought that there were two moments in the show that I found to be exceptional. The depiction of the Tulsa Massacre, the Black Wall Street Massacre, and there was like a really, really great, very Twilight Zone-y moment where they introduced the villain Lady True. I thought that was like far and away the show that I really wanted this to be.
Yeah, that was pretty cool.
But when I went down to Tulsa for the Trump rally and I was in Black Wall Street on Juneteenth, it was something that I felt more of a connection to because of that introduction to that show. So
I've said as much
that I salute.
I've said as much on Twitter. I'd never heard of the Tulsa Massacre and I'd never heard of Juneteenth until this year and until specifically the Tulsa Massacre after watching Watchmen. That was the first exposure I'd had to it. Yeah. And I actually had to go, now wait a minute. Is this real or are they just making up a thing to give us some backstory? Like I went and deep dived on it and went, all right, I know I grew up in Utah. I know we are vastly white people here. Okay? I know. But this never got mentioned once in any history class, American history class I took, and I took a bunch. What happened? Why is that stuff not taught here? But I can hear about all the other stuff that's like it, but with white people. I was really annoyed this year when I heard about that. Because no one ever told me. I didn't know. I'm freaking 50 years old now. Nobody told me. Lame. Anyway.
Yeah, and it's a complicated story. Like, I think that what I would encourage everybody to do, specifically about even that one, about Tulsa, is to kind of understand a lot of these underlying elements that continue to cause that tension. And there's a lot of systemic stuff there. And like all of our history, it's far more complicated than good guys versus bad guys. And if we ignore how complex it is, then we are willfully kind of tapping out on the idea that systems exist because of human behavior that have punished a segment of our population and have continue to punish a segment of our population. But you can't turn a blind eye to part of the reasons, the reinforcing reasons why. So I would encourage everybody to go read about Greenwood and the history of Oklahoma, and specifically that the existence of Black Wall Street, the how money worked in Oklahoma, and then the incidents leading up to the massacre.
Yeah, it's not just a place where the wind comes sweeping down the whatever lane or whatever they say.
The plains.
Yeah. Plains. Is that it? Plains. All right.
The plains.
All right. Justin Robert Young, as always, a pleasure to have you on. Do you have anything you'd like to promote this week before we let you go?
Come on, watch the stream. We are continuing to better it. It is at twitch.tv/Justin R. Young. And if you're listening to TMS on podcast, Well, I mean, if you don't already do this for TMS, then consider doing it for TMS and also for my stream. If you have no idea, you don't care what Twitch is, although I think a lot more people know post-pandemic, and you just think it's for the kids to play the video games and the Fortnite and whatever, do yourself a favor. Go download the Twitch app, friend or follow /Frogpants and Justin R. Young, and that will make sure that it will give you alerts on when we go live. At that point, you can literally just turn it on audio only.
Yep.
And you don't have to watch it.
Yeah, you use it like the radio.
Just in your pockets.
Yeah.
It's literally live radio for you. So if you enjoy TMS, if you enjoy the Politics podcast, and you've never checked out the stream, congratulations. It's just, another 2 hours of live radio that I do Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, and Friday.
Right. It's got the swears in it, so you got some of that going. You got
I swear a lot more on the stream because I don't swear anymore on the podcast, but I definitely still swear on the stream.
Yeah, occasional swears. It's just a good reminder that you're going to, Justin is who he is, and you're going to get some swears. Anyway, that'll be, for those watching live right now, right after we're done here and all edited up and finished, I will send you over there with a raid as well. So stay around for the end of the show, and we'll catch Jury in his live show. Justin Robert Young, Justin R. Young on Twitter. Have a fantastic day. We'll see you later.
Thanks, Jerry.
Okay.
And follow twitch.tv/Coverville while you're at it.
Oh, yeah. What are we doing?
It's all right. It's totally all right. I get enough love.
You got to give everybody the thing.
I don't need any more love. Enough love.
Brian, I got a product that'll give you more love. It's called the Bone Con, or what's it called?
The Crowbones.
Crowbone.
I can finally take this image out of our chat.
Yeah, we
or
can
should we
delete
wait
it
for
now.
Nicole tomorrow?
Do not give this to Tom because he'd be first. I don't want to give it to Tom. We may cause. I don't know why. I don't know what he'd think of it. I have no idea.
Oh, come on, he's been to CES. There's like 5 of these down every aisle.
Are there? Do they do that stuff there still? I thought that was all moved to the AVN awards.
The AVN stuff, I think they have both places.
Yeah, and they don't do those same time of year anymore. I guess those guys are probably virtual this year too, right? Now I need to know. Hold on. AVN Awards 2020.
Well, that would have been wasn't that in January, or is that?
Well, so that's the question. If it's done already, what are they going to do for the next year?
No, the other thing that's coming up is it's the one that Schwood goes to. The hacker thing, what's that called? It's the one in Vegas where you want to make sure that you keep your Wi-Fi off on your phone and not light hack.
Not HackerCon.
DEF CON,
yeah.
Yes,
that's the Vegas one.
Yeah,
he
I imagine
goes.
that's going virtual as well.
Oh, I would assume so. And probably a whole other bunch of reasons why you want to turn your stuff off, because if it's virtual now, everyone's going to get hacked because they have logins. Oh, man. What are you going to do at DEF CON? All right. Speaking of DEF CON, not really. Here's a quick bit of fan service. Hold on a second. Where is it? Got to find it.
I want
Fan
service!
All right. Fan service goes out to Win Magus, who sent this in and said, hey, Scott, have a fan service for you. My friend has been painting stuff over the last year, and it looks amazing. I thought you could help promote her work. Her art is amazing, and she does commissions. She is on Facebook as The Art of Deb Campbell, so you can go search that there. I also created a shortened version, which is tiny.cc/artofdeb.
Nice.
Love the show, though. Go check it out. Thanks, Steven, a.k.a. Win Megas.
Right
Yep. I'm looking at it right now. We can all have a quick peeky peek. Here we go. There
cool.
it is.
Like landscapes and wildlife.
Oh,
and
this is
stuff
beautiful.
Like that. She's really talented.
Oh,
Wow.
yeah. Look at that. Hey, this is very nice. So if you've got
cool.
a minute and you want to go check that out, you have a need that may fit into her style.
But there is a Cthulhu looking at a dream catcher the further down you go, which is great.
Oh yeah, these are great. She's very good. Ooh, I like this dragon, this Asian dragon. That's awesome.
Oh yeah.
Very, very cool. Anyway, go check out her work. Again, that is tiny.cc/artofdeb. If you've got something you would like to put up on our fan service segment of the show, toss it in. We'd be happy to give it a check and do it. He emailed this, so you can email yours, themorningstream@gmail.com. All right, that is going to do it for today. Right? Yes. Yeah. I have no instance co-hosts. They're both out of town right now. but I'm trying to get a date later in the week for me and Garrett to hook up and get a show out. So,
trying to get a date with Garrett. That's nice.
No show today. He's in a car coming back from Key West, so we're not going to be able to do it today. But we're going to try to squeeze it in. I've got to figure out, because he's coming back after 10 days of being in Key West, and he's probably going to have to do a bunch of catch up. So once we get that figured out, we'll get a show out. It'll be sometime in the next few days, I hope. If not, I'll let you know. But there is no live version of that today at 12, just so you know. Okay. Brian, anything that you have going today that we should mention? Coverville's tomorrow, so...
Coverville's tomorrow. I got a fun one for Coverville tomorrow. I'll talk about that in the show tomorrow. But no, today is a nice, like, get caught up with a bunch of things. I'm trying to 3D print my uncle. Well, I'm not trying to 3D print my uncle. I'm trying to 3D print something for my uncle who has an X-Wing model that I gave him as a present years ago. Mm-hmm. And he's getting around to putting it together. It's Poe Dameron's X-Wing. But it didn't come with a figure. So we found a 3D printable X-Wing pilot.
Nice.
And we're trying to get the scale right. And I'm trying to print it. And it's not sticking. I'm doing this on the resin printer, so it's easier to print or paint. And nothing's coming out on the.
Is it doing anything? Is it like?
No. Well, yeah. It's. I'm getting the base, and then it's not doing the next layer, and I've got to figure out why it's stopping.
Weird.
Resin prints, man. They're when they work, they're gorgeous.
Yeah.
When they don't.
Yeah.
Did I ever show you this? This is a little alien bounty hunter thing that I printed.
Oh, look at that! That's great. No, I had not seen that. That's awesome.
Yeah.
I like his head ridges. Those are cool.
Yes, he's got Star Trek level head ridges.
Yeah, that's very almost Cardassian.
Almost looks like the crowbones.
Yeah, they're like the crowbones. I'm never going to remember that name, but you will for me, and that's great.
I'll remember it for I'll remember it for all of us. Yeah. How's that?
Oh, one final note. So I did these prints they're Obey Can prints, and it's a big detailed picture of Can from Fred and Can with a big Obey Can behind him. I'm giving some of these away today, 2 or 3 of them, and the way I'm doing it is via Twitter. So there's a tweet, one of my most recent posts, I think my second to most recent post today. It's also pinned if you're using the Twitter app up at the top of my profile. If you go and do just a reply to that thing, I'm pulling from random replies today. So if you guys want a copy of this thing, this is for live people. If you get this on the podcast, you're probably going to miss the window, But everybody else, if you'd like a free print 8x12, I think it is, so it'll frame nicely.
Just one more reason to watch live.
That's right. One more reason to watch live. Anyway, go find that on my Twitter account. That's @ScottJohnson, and you could be the wiener. All right. First, patreon.com/TMS is how you support our show. You can find it and everything else at frogpants.com/TMS. We'll be back tomorrow with a normal Wednesday. And I think that's it. Brian, share a song with us.
I will. I'll do exactly that.
Okay.
Tom M.